Hi, I'm Wendy Yi. Welcome out to the Dice Tower. Today I'm excited to share with you my top 10 games from 2025. So these are the games that I think were absolutely the best, and they're all winners. So let's go ahead and get started. All right, so starting off with number 10 on my list, this is Core of Discovery, which is a deduction survival game. So every game of this is going to be a little bit different because there's a bunch of different scenarios. And you are going to basically try to get the resources that you need to survive, but also find what you need to find to resolve the scenario or the map that is going on. And I love the pieces on this. So you slide in a map and you have all these little like tokens laid down. And so you're flipping them over and you're discovering them, and where they're located is very deduction based because the map has all these different ways, you know, that you have to have, like next to water is going to be a piece of wood and a rock. And so if you're trying to find water to survive, because you need water, you have to be able to, you know, kind of deduce where that's from. But you have those moments where it is a survival game and you're like, oh my goodness, we have it narrowed down, 50-50 chance, like, are we going to get hit with something bad or are we going to find water and survive? So I just think that it pulls in that cooperative mix with deduction and survival. It is a nice marriage of the two. Number 9 on my list is Luthier, and this is all about crafting and making instruments and repairing instruments and keeping the people that are ordering instruments from you happy so that they don't get like frustrated because it takes a while. This is a good heavy Euro game where you have action bidding. So you don't just place out a worker and take an action, but instead there's kind of that bidding phase where everyone determines what actions they want to take and one at a time, and then you're going to resolve them one turn at a time. And so I may say, hey, we're resolving the instrument crafting right now. Let's all craft our instruments. And so in order of who bid the most gets to take the first actions and get the first choices of what's out there. And then you kind of work down. So it's got really good interaction for a heavy Euro game. And I just really love the way that the theme is integrated. Speaking of good theme integration, number 8 is Speakeasy. So this is the Vital Lacerda game of the year. And I've been a little bit disappointed in his games recently, but this one definitely hit the mark. Like, this is so good. And I love the way that he does integrate themes into mechanics. And so this, you're an old school mobster and you're trying to, you know, either make your own alcohol or buy alcohol or, you know, just like steal alcohol and get it into your speakeasies, get it into your casinos, get it sold, build up your empire while also making sure that you don't get hit too hard by police and get shut down, or that you don't have someone else come up and like take over your turf. But what I really love about this is that you are never fighting over turf with a person that you're playing with. So everybody else at the table, like, you're part of the same family. So the big turf wars that are going on are with, you know, NPCs, computer player kind of things. And so I love that because it creates the tension. There is, you know, an area control kind of aspect to this game, but we're not fighting each other. Instead, we are, you know, fighting against the game and trying to deal with control over the area and what pops up and what happens every round. So really love this. I mean, it's heavy, it's big, there's a lot of setup, but it's a good game. Speaking of heavy, number 7 on my list is Tend, and this is a heavy roll and write game. So very involved, lots going on, and this is Tend. So in Tend, you were trying to tend your cute little alien farm, and so you're going through and you're taking care of your animals or planting crops. You're doing all these like cute little farmy things. You're going fishing, or maybe you're exploring the woods and the mines, and, you know, think Stardew Valley, alien planet, roll and write game, right? That's the vibes that I get from this. And I love this because this is one of those games that has a lot of one thing leads to another, leads to another, leads to another. Sometimes it can be a little hard to keep track of, so just be aware of that. But I really enjoy the way that you build that engine, and, you know, as you are getting better at tending certain things, there are cards that come out that then become stronger because you've gotten better at mining or you've gotten better at fishing. And so you can do more actions as you go, and you progressively see those throughout the game. And then ultimately you want to make money. So then you're shipping all these goods that you're producing on your farm. And I just think it's very cute and it's a very fun roll and write. And there's just a lot to it if you want something that's like crunchy and thinky and engine building as a roll and write game. Number 6 on my list. Wow, this one is probably my biggest surprise for the year because this was not on my radar at all. I had no interest in it. Chris had brought it home, and it was one of those that was in like a trilogy that he was excited about. And this game is Orbit. So in Orbit, you're trying to go around and you're trying to visit all the planets in this little solar system while they're moving around and orbiting all over space. But what I really like about it is that the orbits of the planets that you can hop on and hitch a ride with are determined by the cards in your hand. And so you're choosing what planets are going to orbit. You're choosing, what movement you want and what you want to affect. And so there's these really cool moments where you can interact and you can affect other people, you can affect yourself. And I just think that it's very clever. I really enjoy it. So yeah, this is one that has just like a little bit of engine building where you can, make yourself so you can travel a little farther, a little bit faster so you can get to where you want to go. But it has good decisions where you're like, I could focus on engine building, but I have to go a little out of my way, or I could just get to the pink planet, hop a ride on it, and maybe get closer to the blue planet next. So really good decisions, and I love that card play. This was a big surprise for me, but I very thoroughly enjoyed it. Now, number 5 on my list was not a surprise at all. So this is the Lord of the Rings, the trick-taking game, the very first one. I haven't played Two Towers yet, but I loved the crew. I love trick-taking. I love cooperative trick-taking specifically, and so this takes the Lord of the Rings story, and it kind of walks you through that first book, that first movie, with fun little cooperative scenarios. And I just expected to love this one, and I did love it. So that's why this one is number 5 on my list, right? Yeah. This was such a good experience. We have played a lot of trick-taking with our daughter since she was young. And so this was the first cooperative one. I guess we played a little bit of the crew, but this was the first cooperative one that we did like the full scenario. We played the whole game with her. And it was just such a good, positive family experience for us. And I love in cooperative trick-taking games that you really are focusing on how to control the cards and how to work with each other and get each other what they need. I know you need a low mountain card. I know you don't have a high one because all the high ones have come out. How are we going to make this happen? How are we going to feed you the card that you need? Like, I just really love trying to figure that out together cooperatively without like talking about it and just being like, can we make this happen? Is this going to happen? Yes, we did it. Oh, I love it. So yeah, The Lord of the Rings, the trick-taking game. So good. On to number 4 on my list. This one was another surprise for me. So this is Brick Like This. This is a Lego themed party game with actual like real Lego branded Legos, just in case you care. And this is all about partner communication. So one person knows what needs to be built. They see it on a card. The other player needs to build it. And so you have to communicate and race towards other little teams that are building. And I love this because I love that form of communication, and I really enjoy how they make it more complicated because every round there's little different challenges and they kind of ramp up as you go throughout the game. And this is one that honestly, it made it onto my list, and I think I'm one of maybe like 1 or 2 other people in the office that even played this. But it was because this was a paid play at one of the conventions. And so it just happened to be the game that I was assigned. And that's not why it's on the list because it was paid, but it was the reason why it was introduced to me. And I just think that it's so much fun. I love building and playing Legos, and I love trying to describe how to do things. And it's just, it's so much fun. I really enjoy it. It is one of those games that I have played plenty of games where there's like 1 or 2 people at the table that really struggle and they don't have a chance of winning. And there are ways that you can mix up the group to make that a little bit better. But I think that this is fun. I thoroughly enjoy it, and I love the challenges behind it. All right, here we are to number 3 on the list, and this is where it gets really good. Like, I like all the games on this list. I'm very happy with this year and my top 10. But this is where I'm just like, these are the games that I just want to keep playing time and time again, So top 3, here we are, number 3. This is Skara Brae. This is by Garphill Games. This is an engine builder meets resource management. But the resource management in this is what really makes it stand out. It is, instead of trying to make sure you get enough resources and you always have the resources that you need, instead it is make sure you don't have too many resources, but you have the resources that you need. because you pay for storage. So as your storage increases, you're losing points. And as it increases, you actually gain more like trash or garbage or mitten, I think is what it's called. And so your storage ends up filling up more and more and more full of this junk. And so you're trying to like control that and make sure you don't have too much, while also getting enough that you can do everything you want to do, because to upgrade your actions and to take your actions and do all that cool engine building, you need to have resources. So I think that it's very clever, very cool. There's a little bit of interaction to this game, not a ton, but I do like that little bit that they have of turn order. Like that is the real big part of interaction, because there's a card drafting at the beginning of every round, and it matters so much. And so you're trying to decide, am I going to pass this round to go earlier next round so that I can get those cards that I want, because I don't really care what's out right now, but it will matter maybe in the future. So I just really enjoy that little bit of interaction. But yeah, it is all about that resource management. Oh, so good. So Scarbray, fabulous pick. All right, we are on to number 2, and this one was so close to being number 1. I love and adore this game. It is a little less available, but man, it's so good. It's absolutely so good. So number 2 on my list is Sweetlands, and this is like Terra Mystica meets Terraforming Mars, and it takes these heavy mechanisms that I absolutely love and adore, and it tweaks them up a little bit, and so everything is like cozy. I recognize it. I know how to do it, but it integrates it in such a fun game where you get to just explore and discover so much. And I love that. So like you have tracks, right? There's a bunch of different tracks you can move up on. All those tracks deal with endgame scoring. And so you're excited to move up on them. You want to move up on them. But then you also want to actually focus in on doing the things that those tracks multiply with. And, do you want to explore out on the board in front of you and build lots of roads and build lots of tiles and build your cities and, put buildings out on them? Or do you want to focus in on building this card engine and just building tons of cards and having a lot in front of you and having the card discounts multiply and multiply and multiply towards each other? There's just so many good choices. It's worker placement. We all know worker placement games, right? But instead, the worker placement spots aren't limited to just one per player. And the workers aren't individual players, but instead you have to spend cards to be able to put those workers out. And they're just neutral colored discs. And, up to 3 players can play on each one of those spots. They just cost more cards. Like there's so many really good mechanics behind this. It's super cute. I love it. All the engine building. I mean, the resource engine building is like straight from Terraforming Mars. If you love that gaining income every round. Oh, anyways, it sings in every possible way for me. I adore Sweetlands. All right, last up on my list, the absolute pinnacle of the year is Galactic Cruise. Probably not a big surprise for many of you. I feel like I've talked about this all year long. This came out at the very beginning of the year. Have loved and adored it since. It was number 12 on my top 100 this year. Such a good game. So in this, you're building, you need to plan cruises and build cruises and try to make the best cruises so you could take over the cruise company. So you need a ship, you need to have people on your cruise, you need to have an itinerary planned. Like everything in this game is so logical, and that is what I love about it, is that theme is just so cohesive through it. It's just really tied in down to the last little bits. Once you get that cruise off in the air, you're already planning your next one, and you have so many good decisions. Do you want lots of ships? Do you want to go on lots of little mini cruises or really big ones? How do you want to build that engine of resources and income? There's just so much good going on. The interaction of the player spaces and the gears that you put out that allow you to basically pick from adjacent action spaces, so you're not stuck with just what's there. And the way that interaction and the popularity track or the reputation track increases, there's just so much good in here that it is heavy. It is full of really great decisions. Every game you can play a different strategy. And because new cards come out every game and you have a rotation of what those cards are, you really can lean into different specialties, and just, so many good choices. Anyways, I could keep gushing about Galactic Cruise, and I probably will. Talk to me on my own if you ever see me at an event, because this is fabulous. I love playing it. All right, so thanks for joining me today. I'm Wendy Yi. This is the Dice Tower, and this was my top 10 games of 2025. Thanks for joining me. Let me know if you've checked out any of these. If I missed anything that you thought deserved to be on this list. Yeah. All right, I'll talk to you guys later.
Hey folks, I'm Tom Vassell. Thanks for watching this video. Check out our channel. We have a lot of videos on our channel. We have live videos that go up each week, from live Q&As to videos where we take a look at the newest stuff on Kickstarter, crowdsurfing, to top 10 lists and more. There's lots of stuff on this channel. We encourage you to explore it. You can find out more at our website, dicetower.com. I'm Tom Vassell. Thanks for watching another video on the Dice Tower.
I'm Wendy Yi, and today I'm excited to share with you my top 10 games from 2025.